The inventory. Let's be honest, it has mostly given us headaches. That's right, instead of Chaos Cubed, Java Edition just rolled out its special April snapshot, and it features vertical slabs, aggressive milk buckets, and a bunch of new pets. Wait till the end to see what Bedrock got, but in the meantime, this video is going to come to you in 4 parts, because hello, I'm ABX3Cat, and I love Mojang's yearly joke snapshot, and this is one of the wildest ones, because looking at the menu screen, you can already see it's going to be a good time, but let's get right into it with my first time. I don't have a lot of idea about what to expect going into this, but I can't help but start with some snapshot nerdery. First of all, they've obviously changed the Minecraft logo and the splash text, but also interestingly, this is just called 26W14A. It doesn't have some weird pun in the snapshot name. This could be perceived as a normal snapshot looking back, which is kind of fun, but you obviously can't play any of your normal worlds in this. Just keep that in mind. You have to make a brand new world, which we'll do right here. We'll put commands on, and we'll see, wait, new world, Herdcraft, and we're gonna see what happens in this. Again, I only have the vaguest of expectations, but I'm excited to see how Minecraft delivers that. So, it looks like your entire hotbar has been replaced, because obviously there's no longer a need to store items there, with 9 separate commands that you can tell, I'm guessing, blocks to do. I'll quickly try out the punch on a pig. Can you use the punch? Oh, you can. But I'm guessing I could punch the pig with anything. Oh, no. Okay, so punch is normal actions, where you could punch a pig to death and get, oh, a big old pork chop. But if you want the pork chop to follow you, you have to tell it specifically to do so. Oh, so you right-click, you use it on the thing, or you right-click it to make it follow you, and then, when you walk away, oh, okay, it does. I now have a pork chop on a lead. It's going to be a good snapshot, huh? So one of the fun things, whoa, what is a creeper doing there already? One of the fun things about the April Fool's snapshots each year is there's always some form of Easter egg. Sometimes these have massive implications for the game as a whole. Sometimes, you know, they're teasers, they're Easter eggs. Sometimes they're just silly little jokes, but I'm curious to see if there are any of those in this. I'm gonna let the creeper blow up, by the way. Oh my god, that was different. And we're going to see if we can find some blocks that I can tell to follow me. Okay, this one I can tell. Oh, what? Physics? Whoa! So, that's the sort of thing I'm talking about. Mojang really just worked out a whole physics engine, and they've used it exclusively for this snapshot. And I love that sort of creativity. Also, the blocks can crush you. Look at that. I can... Can I climb on these? I can. Whoa. Okay, so let's go on a journey to see how much of Minecraft we can actually play here. It looks like each of these buttons is going to do something different. I'm already telling the blocks to follow me, but I'm curious what happens if I tell them to move. So I'm going to send them over there. Okay, they don't want to do it. Oh, they do. But only some of the blocks are going over there. Then we've got attack/mine. I can use this to... Oh, no, I'm sorry. I can use this to painfully hurt my dirt blocks if I want to. But obviously, there's no reason to do this unless I'm just trying to get rid of the blocks. Or perhaps unless I'm going to take down a tree. Because there's also this craft option right here, which doesn't make sense to me. What happens if I press that? It needs a 2x2 level wide surface. So I have to place it down. And then there's a build option, which I'm guessing actually I've got one of these blocks right here. Let's build it. Let's build that over there too. Okay, build. Oh, perfect. So you can build by placing blocks just like this, and you could technically place it in the crafting table like that, but that's kind of tricky. Then we've got group on group, where I'm guessing we can just take different blocks and combine them together. Although I don't see how that works at all. I guess because these are blocks that are placed down, I can't use it. But I'm guessing those are red blocks over there. And then finally, we've got highlight, where I can tell the game to be highlighted. But again, this only must apply to blocks that are loose in the world. So when I break this block, I can then highlight it, and then it will stay highlighted. This is very confusing stuff. I don't understand the highlight function. But you just need to understand that there is crafting. And so now we're going to see if we can do some crafting by using the attack/mine. Although I guess I want to punch really, don't I? Okay, punched one block. And it's become an entity version of itself. Punched another block. We'll punch a third. And then we'll punch a fourth. And that's usually enough for me, I find. We'll see if that actually works too. Oh, it falls! Oh, does every block have physics? Oh, not the leaves. But these blocks have physics below them? I mean, I guess I should have realized that. But okay, now we're going to take these blocks. We're going to punch an area. We're going to put our crafting grid down, and we're going to try and move the blocks into the crafting grid. Oh, look at that. This is so clever. So that should make sticks. It doesn't, but it should. Okay, that should make sticks. I'm like 100% sure. Why isn't it crafting, though? Unless those are sticks down there. How did some blocks get down there? What am I seeing? Is the game telling me to go down? Oh, but I wouldn't be able to make it down if I wanted to. Okay, we're going to have to punch our way down through a lot of blocks and see where that takes us. Okay, that was not a good strategy. I will have to spend my life wondering what the heck those are meant to be. But for now, I'm going to choose to pretend they don't exist, because that is the only way this is going to work. Then we're going to move our blocks down here. Hope they don't crush me. Oh, look, this is the new stacking technique. And now we are out of here. Finally free to go and get out of here. Okay, so back to my crafting table. You can see that crafting clearly has some weird rules I don't understand. Oh no, you need to craft one of these. I get what I'm doing wrong. I have to craft planks first. Obviously, I'm not used to doing this, but if I place one of those in, now we can craft, right? Craft. Craft. Go. Craft. Oh, whoa, it actually did craft. And so now I can move these blocks out of here. That can go over here. And this can go... Oh, it's turned into sticks. Nice. And now the sticks I have to put into a bigger crafting table, which means actually I'm going to have to move this over here. And then this over here. And if I can do this correctly, then I'll get myself a crafting table. Okay. There we go. We're almost there. Look at this. Genius move by me. I just made a crafting table. Now we can take that crafting table and... Oh, I've actually made one. Which now means I can do real crafting in the world. I assume. Maybe. No, it's still 2x2. This doesn't make any sense at all. So yeah, the crafting table doesn't actually crafting table. It just sits around smugly. Reminding you don't want a crafting table. So I can't make myself a pickaxe. Which means I can't go down to those mystery blocks. Which means instead, we'll go on a journey. Okay, thank God I found a bed before nighttime. I'm really curious how items like beds and doors and stuff like that will work. So the answer is easily. You can still punch them and you can still use them. Although not chests. I'm guessing, okay, I need to know though, what happens if I break a chest all the way with all of the items inside? Will they flood out into the, oh yeah, they will. And you can eat them by just walking over them, it looks like. So let's punch these apples. Yeah! Eating is awesome. But is going to bed awesome? You better believe I've seen my fair share of phantoms in the real world. And so, is that actually gonna be a fun experience? The answer looks like, yeah, actually awesome. Also, there's exclusive achievements. No, those are not exclusive. Minor block. Punch a block until it comes alive. Those are definitely exclusive advancements, so the advancements are going to tell us how to play the rest of this. If we look for advancements here, you can see do a barrel roll, do it in the nether. Mine obsidian, never field crafting, and craft a miner. You definitely can make a pickaxe then. But rather than crafting a miner, again, I feel like the Minecraft community has had enough problem with those over the years. Instead, we're going to go our very best to get one for free from the game. Because all we need to do is find a village with a blacksmith. And then we don't need to learn how to make a pickaxe. Because we'll get one for free. Well, this village doesn't have one, but I'm sure one will. Sorry, I'm just doing some off-camera exploring. It's all in survival, don't worry. Okay, I've got some really good news. We're just passing by the house of someone not subscribed to the channel. A little bit of a concern here. But it does mean that I should be able to go to the nether if this village actually has access to... Also, do all villages have armor stands with iron armor on? That has to be a weird thing about this snapshot, right? Honestly, this is the weird thing about Minecraft. There's so much in the game that sometimes you're like, no, there's no way. And I genuinely do not know if this is real. I have to Google it. Do Minecraft villages armor stands? It's a normal thing? Since when? Is that a Java thing? What? Since when? How do I never see... Okay, this is a Java thing, surely. Villagers are great at building villages. Do you think you can do better? Sounds like a challenge. Okay, this is regular default vanilla Minecraft Bedrock. I'm now going to find out. It's called the Tiger Village Sea. I'm going to find out if I just found one of the quirkiest Bedrock Java differences, because it's not actually noted on the wiki as being Java only, but I swear I've never seen this before in my life. Yeah, right here, same structure, right? Exactly the same place. What a weird difference. I can't believe Java players have had naturally spawning armor stands and have just been quiet about that. I feel like someone should have said something, man. Anyway, yeah, apparently they're meant to spawn there all the time, but they only do on Java. Also, on Java, I assume you don't get iceberg houses. So, you're missing out on a lot, I've got to say. Just like how we're missing out on, I guess, the ability to maybe get... Can I take this from his head? Okay, I really want the helmet. Can I have that? Can I... No? Oh. Maybe I can't. Oh, I can send the armor to attack. Oh, I just did. Can I send the armor stand to attack, actually? Can I send... Oh, okay, let's kill the armor stand. Let's punch it to death. And then let's go send it to attack something. So I can send this to go and attack, say, a villager. And I don't know what that means, but I need to do it anyway. Okay, that nitwit, I've always felt like he could be doing with a bit of a death. Oh, okay, so he doesn't like that at all. He's shaking his head funnily. Oh, the crafting table works. Wait, why? Do I have an inventory? Oh, you can craft anywhere once you've crafted a crafting table, maybe? So the game is very much clearly trying to tell me what I should be doing. But you know how I feel about that. Wait, I've got to use the craft action to place a crafting grid. There we go. Oh, so maybe if I have to punch this table. Okay, I've got an idea. What if I move the crafting table? Oh no, it's stuck in there. Oh, but it's made a crafting table. Yeah, that's the solution. We just had to punch it first. And now it works. But we have 2 crafting tables, but that's perfectly fine. Now I'm going to break this campfire just to get it away from my table. And then we're going to break some of these logs around here. And then we should be able to finally make a tool, which is great, because once I can make a sword, or anything that can attack the golem, I'll be able to get some iron, which I can use to go to the nether. So this is the attack mine option. It's not working very well, but I'm sure it will. There we go. Okay, I've sent the wooden block to attack the golem. It did not do a very good job. I guess we're going to have to make a sword to attack him. Because I just gave the iron golem. Oh, whoa, whoa, whoa. No, don't attack me. Attack them. It's clearly the wooden planks doing this to you, sir. Okay. This is the most ridiculous thing I've ever seen. But still, we will make it work. I'm going to hide inside one of these houses. I'm going to punch some blocks. And I'm going to send more and more blocks after you, boy. Let's do this. Yeah, you going down, Mr. Golem. Where are you? There you are. Go. No. Okay. So that's 3 blocks coming after him now. Oh, he's coming. He's coming for me. Is he going to succeed? Hopefully not. This is so silly. This is the dumbest combat I've ever seen. But it looks like I'm winning, so I think I like it. Okay, so as you can see, we've got ourselves a golem, nice and trapped, hopefully for long enough for me to get what I want from him. Are those sticks floating in the air there? Oh, what did I just do? I made a door? I don't want a door. Or what did I... Wait, is this a pressure plate? Let's send the pressure plate after him and see if this works in my favor. So, pressure plate, go, attack him. Why? Why does any of this work the way that it does? Okay, the good news is, though, we actually have managed to stumble on something good, which means that now I can finish attacking this block, hopefully getting enough wood that I can use it to make some sticks. Again, that is my goal in life. It is being made a little tricky by the golem's position there. Okay, so, in fact, let's just move it over to this crafting table. This is the cool thing about this update. You get 2 crafting tables at a time, and it really goes to show that, like, yeah, the inventory being constrained by pressing E or whatever, you know, pressing your inventory button, it's so much better if it just hangs out in the middle of nothing. And so what we're going to do is I'm going to punch some more wood, and then I'm going to punch that wood to get... Oh, it fell down, right, because everything's got physics today. We're going to punch that, and we're going to move these blocks into here till we can get some sticks. Also, no, he's coming this way. Come on. You can do it, sir. You can just... Okay, actually, if I send this sticks to attack him, that might be the final thing that is needed here. Come on, sticks. No! Sticks attack. And then I'll send some of these sticks to move over here so we can build ourselves a sword. So this should be nice and easy. I think the golem's dead. Yeah! Great job, gang. We did it. The four of us together were unstoppable. Okay, new plan. Let's go make ourselves a bucket. I'm going to move my iron ingots over here. That's 1. That's 2. That's 3. So 1 goes here. 1 goes there. 1 goes there. And that should, once we get rid of this stick, make us a bucket. Well, no. Is that a bucket yet? Do I not know how to craft buckets? Or is it sideways maybe? So we gotta move that one there and this one over here. Oh, it's a bucket! Okay, we did it! We just made ourselves a bucket, which I can now punch or move. Can I fill this actually? I really don't know how a lot of this update works, but let's move the bucket into water and see what that does for it. Come on, bucket. You can understand this task. Oh, yeah, it does work that way. Okay, now comes the hardest bit. Do you think I can build a portal using a bucket that follows me around like a pet? I am not entirely sure. I just know this is the silliest update ever. So one of the first reactions that people seem to have when they see an April Fool's snapshot like this one is weirdly not to enjoy the weirdness of it. I mean, I only just noticed now that there's only 8 slots in your hotbar for some reason. But one of the first reactions is, why is it that Mojang puts so much work into this, 80% of their yearly effort, but don't put any work into the normal game? And I'll leave aside the hyperbole in the fact that obviously, I think Mojang does put a lot of work into the base game, but I do think there is a broader question about why is it that April Fool's snapshots can do so much more? I mean, look at this, for example. There is the highlight function, which is an entire feature set that's just not there on Bedrock. And oh, there is my bucket. I've been looking for it for so long. I think it's just flying around inside that person's house. No, it's an armor stand. Why is it floating? I don't know. It's just doing its own thing. That's perfectly fine. But I think that the real answer, genuinely, it's more fun just to hate on Mojang. The hating on Mojang side gets to just have fun and say, oh, if things are bad, then it's because you're lazy. Whereas it's much harder to explain that, if we're being real, Mojang development is kind of constrained by what people want from it. Which is to say that people do expect quite heavily for Minecraft updates to come out and actually improve the game always. So Minecraft has to deal with the design constraints of saying, most of the community would prefer to have updates which keep the same broad ideas. They could never, even if they wanted to and they thought it was a great idea, they couldn't remove the inventory and have it be blocks that follow you. No matter how good of a design it was, no matter how much effort they put into this, it just wouldn't work that way. You can say that's a tragedy. Oh, you can say that's a tragedy if you like. You can say that that's not true, but it is. And so Minecraft has the giant design constraint of they can only, they have the giant design constraint of, having to design features which keep Minecraft the same game that people fell in love with, but also they have the constraint of having to make sure that anything they show in a snapshot, which is meant to be for testing, in my opinion, it should be for testing even bold ideas like this one, but anything that shows up in a snapshot is meant to be theoretically able to make it into the base game, but then even deeper and darker than that, it's meant to be something which is bug-free. You can't have weird bugs like what we just saw. Or whatever this is. You can't, why are those blocks floating in midair? You can't have weird bugs inside of it. And also, it needs to be in perfect parity between Bedrock and Java. And so basically, all of the corporate bureaucracy doesn't exist for snapshots. And so I think that even though this is something that they obviously can't take into the base game, maybe they could learn something about what it is that people like and find enjoyable about these. Or at the very least, they can use them to experiment and make bold ideas. In my opinion, this is probably a bunch of weird tests about, physics stuff that they haven't been able to do. Because if you think about the brand new sulfur slime, they've had to make an entirely new, physics idea, right? It's actually quite innovative when you really think about it. But while they're testing these brand new ideas to work in the game, some of them obviously aren't going to be a fit. And so what if this is a good idea and a good way for them to do precisely that? Also, I've got so many of these random nuggets cluttering up the table. I think that this is something that is underappreciated. Oh no, I didn't want to do that. I didn't. Okay, I'll leave the crafting table again and I'll punch another one. I think that these April Fool's snapshots could be a great way for Mojang to test things, but instead they are more a silly little combination of stuff that comes out, and I like that. I think it's fun. I think it's an inevitable reality of what will happen. Also, let's move that there, and then we can get slabs, and so now we can move into the fun part of the video. Do you want to see some weird Easter eggs? So here's weird Easter egg number 1. Because slabs can roll, if you leave them in the side of a roll, look at this. Vertical slab. Oh, you can't actually stand on it, though. It has a weird hitbox. So this goes to show why Mojang can't just add vertical slabs one day, because apparently the physics, if you just move a regular slab and make it horizontal, then, oh yeah, the hitbox doesn't, it doesn't work at all for this thing. So yeah, also let's put some more slabs next to that slab, and then let's put a slab on top of that one, and then let's see how this looks. Okay, this is going to be the weirdest thing you've seen in a while, but let's... This is a new block Mojang should definitely add. Anyway, yeah, so this is one of the fun Easter eggs of this. Vertical slabs exist because of physics. If Mojang gave us a full physics engine, we could make vertical any block, but do you really want that? Anyway, speaking of things you might not really want, let's talk about some other weird secrets. Okay, so I've got to say that outside of the physics engine that has created vertical slabs, there's one feature that really blows my mind more than any other, and let me show you by first showing you one of my other favorites, which is the give command. If you try to give yourself any block or any item like this, what happens is it spawns in the mob or spawns in the block as a mob instead. Very fun but silly little feature, which allows you to do some weird stuff if you want to like make a tower in ways that don't make sense in current Minecraft, but also if you were to summon, say, a glowstone block this way, then here's what would happen. So this is a glowstone block, and here's something interesting. Because the block is both a block and a physics tool, you can have the really weird situation. Okay, let's stack another one of these, and then another one of these. You can have the weird situation where we have a block that is also a mob, that also has lighting attached, which means if we were to go into creative, just for the sake of flying, look what happens. So if I set this to follow me, which I'm going to do, and attach it to a lead, and then I go into creative mode, which I thought we just did, but apparently I did it wrong. There we go. Now we go into creative mode. First of all, the glowstone is being attacked by zombies, but second of all, look at this. Do you spot anything interesting? Anything that Minecraft doesn't have? Because if you don't, you're missing out on this dynamic lighting. That's right, something that Minecraft has struggled with forever and said is impossible is dynamic lighting. It has too big of an impact, is what is often said, but as we can see right here, this is dynamic lighting fully implemented and working multiple times a second on a spinning piece of glowstone in Minecraft. This is absolutely insane, and it's entirely possible that this was just done as a silly afterthought, but one of the most impressive Minecraft things ever is here in a snapshot. Will this be coming to the base game? I think it's really fun to say, like, yeah, definitely, for sure, right? I've seen a lot of people posit that that is going to happen, but I would say that if you're being real with yourself, anything in an April Fool's snapshot has a greater than 90% chance of just being a developer playing around in their free time, but if they can crack this problem in their free time, then maybe they can also crack it in their paid time. Also, it's so weird to like land on a block in midair like this and then, oh no, it got killed by the zombies. Still don't understand how that works. Also, I wonder if we use the /give command to give myself a torch. If the torch would have dynamic lighting too. I would guess that it wouldn't, but let's see if that's correct. So follow, let's go. Oh, it does. So all lighting, even sources that you wouldn't necessarily guess, have dynamic lighting applied. Very intriguing stuff. Also, all sources of light are apparently a fair target for mobs. Anyway, though, let's move into now the big part of this video, because obviously playing here on Java is fun. Seeing all of the splash texts, by the way, the wiki has a fun list of them. Aren't these great? Although we're playing here on Java right now, there's a lot of people who are wondering, what exactly do you get on Bedrock? And boy, let me tell you, this is the best bit. Because today, especially for April Fools, Minecraft Bedrock has just rolled out the 26.12 update, and if you want to hear about everything inside, let's get started. So the biggest feature inside of Minecraft 26.12